ready to run. Race 6 on the card from Ascot. They're all set. The attendant holds the tail of the fave. Ready. All clear given from behind, and they're away and racing. And Fath Noxious the first to hit the ground. Western Temple had jumped out quickly for Pike off the inside. They'll be headed though by Ragazzo Doro. Disco Villain coming over now on the outside is Stoicism. Just up there in front of on the inside Elegant Blast and Fath Noxious. Someday, one day, Mrs. Hartley. Respondent went back, and settling down last is Cougar Knights. And so as they go up onto the first bend, 1400 to travel, and over to the back straight, the leader Ragazzo Doro just cruising along here in the early stages, leading by a length. Stoicism second, Western Temple the favourite, got into the box seat for Pike. Discoville at the 1200 fourth, a length and a half. Elegant Blast down on the inside of Fath Noxious, working around those Respondent. Then came Mrs. Hartley and Someday, One Day, and last is Cougar Knights, about 6 or 7 from the leader. Ragazzo Doro doing it comfortably for Smokin' Joe here as they head down the riverside of the track by the 900 pole. It's Ragazzo Doro, a length and a half on Stoicism, and Western Temple, no change at all to the order. The tempo just going up a cog. Discoville heeled along running fourth, and then came Elegant Blast down on the inside. Around them Responded. It's trapped out 3 deep just in front of Fath Noxious, the middle. Someday, One Day is hemmed away on the inside. Cougar Knights is being worked on by Chrissy Parnham back there second from last, and Mrs. Hartley had dropped out nearing the corner. Ragazzo Doro at the 400 mark comes around the corner, a length and a half in front of Stoicism. 2 lengths Western Temple about to now ease to the outside and set after them. A further 2 or 3 Elegant Blast. Ragazzo Doro 250 from home. He kicks again from Stoicism. Pike has to go to work on Western Temple, and Ragazzo Doro is finding Ragazzo Doro the leader. Here comes Western Temple now, though an Elegant Blast is late. Western Temple reaches the lead in the shadows. Western Temple, Pike had to throw everything but his gumboot home to get him there on the line. Western Temple from either Elegant Blast or Ragazzo Doro. Discoville late, then Stoicism followed by Someday, One Day. Next home Mrs. Hartley, then Fath Noxious. Cougar Knights was always well back, and Respondent the last of them in. Well, Pike, he wins his first race on Western Temple, I think it is. He's had a few goes on the horse, and today he had to really lift him there and willed him past Ragazzo Doro with Elegant Blast steaming down the outside into third money in 150.57. The favourite has got there, but it took him the length of the straight to cut them down. Ragazzo Doro, Elegant Blast. It's a photo for second, and behind them a clear fourth is Discoville. Number 2, Western Temple by Dream Ahead out of the Perth Cup winner Western Jewel for Bob and Sandra Peters, wins its third race in 18 starts for Adam Durant, and W. Pike there in the saddle. I think it's Ragazzo Doro on the inside that may have just held on to second placing. It was a bold attempt to do it from start to finish by Medaglia Doro from Dane Beeler, David Harrison, Joe Azzopardi. For owners Des DeLargy, G. Hanna, M and Mrs. R. Thomas, David and Jenny Harrison. Or Elegant Blast, a Blackfriars Classy Charmer mare for David Smith, Justin Warwick and Peter Nucky. 160.104 Western Temple, Ragazzo Doro 210, Elegant Blast 260. Unofficials thereafter the Iron Jack handicap, and it is 2, 4, 7 and 6. 2, 4, 7, 6 placings confirmed. The feature today, the Schweppes JC Roberts Stakes over 1800 at listed level for the Colts and Geldings at 5 o'clock. The scratching of 3 Action and 10 Noir de Roux. 2 out of the highlight this afternoon, the Roberts Stakes. All right, let's go to Gareth down there in the yard, and he's with the winning trainer, Adam Durant.
Adam Durant joins us. Western Temple. Well, Western Temple deserved that victory today.
Yeah, he did. He's been a model of consistency, and look, he carried a good weight today. Carried 58.5, and it was a true test. They rolled and kept rolling, and the leader gave a good kick. So he's had to. It wasn't like it stopped and give him a bit of a breather into the straight. It made him work for it. So, but he's given away sort of 4 kilos to the place getters, and no, I thought it was a good effort. He's a horse on the way up, and I think, yeah, I don't know if Bob will be thinking the same thing, but I reckon he'll be keeping him in the shorter ones rather than going too far this prep as far as distance goes.
you confident in the run? Pike had to get busy, especially about that 400-metre mark when, as a party, went for home on Regazo d'Oro. That is a tough one-pace type of horse around this track. Did you have any concerns at all with this odds-on favourite?
Oh, look, Bob said to me at the start of the prep, he said, he had a theory with him that he might not be a stayer. So we've sort of been under-training him and keeping him in the shorter ones. And today we sort of stepped him up to chase that bit of West Speed, the 4-year-old bonus. And yeah, it was in my mind that this is going to test him if, as far as the 18 goes. But look, he was strong. He did it with the weight. And as I say, it's, 58.5, it's a big weight for any horse to carry, and especially when they've got to chase hard. So he's going places, this guy, and he's still very immature. His best racing's in front of him for sure.
Mr. Peters, I think, is hosting his granddaughter's wedding today at the farm, so hopefully they had Sky Thoroughbred Central on and cheered home Western Temple there. Well done, Adam.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sure all the girls would have been tuning in. They're pretty passionate about it all, so no, it would have made their day.
Well done, Adam.
Thank you.
There's Adam Durant with Western Temple. Regazo d'Oro was really good in second, nearly led all of the way. Elegant Blast, Brittany, I liked her performance, as Justin Warwick alluded to before the race, that she is nearly ready to win, and maybe when the blinkers go on, she's worth a good punt coming up. But Willie Pike, our champion rider, is about to catch up with Brittany Taylor after the success there of a Western Temple.
Congratulations, Willie. He really made you work for it in those later stages, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. But if anyone sees my record on him, I think I'm on about 7 seconds. So, yeah, it was never going to come easy, I guess.
Well, the first win on him, which is almost hard to believe, you've ridden him back, you've ridden him a little bit closer to the pace. Where do you think he's best being ridden?
I do think he's quite versatile. I don't think it mattered an awful lot. But I think he struggled a little bit at the distance with the weight. So I think that was more a factor today, why he probably didn't look as brilliant as everyone was hoping he would.
In terms of his ideal trip, are you saying keeping him under the 1800 will be best?
Yeah, well, he just won an 18, so it's hard to say not 18. But, yeah, I think probably about a mile. He ran through the line really well last time, whereas, say, he probably didn't run right through the line as well. But I'm trying not to take credit off him either. He carried a good bit of weight and had to chase hard a long way from home.
Congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
William Pike there, winning jockey with Western Temple.
Thank you very much for that, Brittany. Well done to Willie Pike with Western Temple there. Regazo d'Oro second. Elegant Blast was third. We'll be back here at Ascot for the JC Roberts Stakes over the 1800 metres. But for now, it's time for a break here on Sky Thoroughbred Central. It's great to have your company on Golden Slipper Day.